Hey everybody, this is Brian Goulet of the Goulet Pen Company and InkNouveau.com. This is a new type of video that I'm doing. I'm just trying it out. It's called a first impression. It's basically where I take a pen out of the box or an ink or paper or something like that, something I don't really have a lot of experience with, and I just kind of talk through it as I use it for the first time. Some of the thoughts that go through my head. The reason I'm doing it this way is because I want to get some of the kind of spontaneity and things like that I get when I try something new, because it's like that's one of the coolest things about being in the position that I am, is I get to try new cool stuff all the time, and I want to kind of share some of that excitement with you. So I may skip some details, I may get some information, off or wrong that I'll have to correct in the blog later. No problem, don't worry about it too much. I just want to kind of get my excitement and my passion across in these first impression videos. So anyway, today, this is my first impression video, but I want to do the Pilot Custom 74 fountain pen. It's a pen that I basically just bought completely on a whim. It wasn't even something we're planning on carrying. I just really liked the pen. It kind of struck me, so I wanted one for myself. So I'm going to kind of just talk you through it and show you what it's all about. Alright, here we are for the first time checking out the Pilot Custom 74 fountain pen. Blue tint with a medium nib. I really don't know what it was about this pen that just kind of struck me. It's a blue demonstrator and it's just really cool looking, and I just got it. It was one of those impulse buys. Yes, even as a retailer, I do some impulse buying. It comes in a nice Pilot box. This is kind of cool. Now, let me say first of all, I have opened up this pen and used it a little bit, so it's not a true first impression, but I'm still just kind of winging it. So anyway, this is their nice Pilot box. Pilot and Namiki use the same type of box, but it's got the Pilot engraving on the top. It's like a faux leather type thing. It's not too bad. It's pretty nice for, a box. But there you go. There's the pen, and it's it's sexy. I love this blue pen. I'll take out the pen for just a second. You can actually lift up the bottom here, and it's got the use and care guide and all that stuff. That's kind of cool. Okay, all that stuff about how to do it. And it's got a cartridge down here too, which is kind of neat. It's like a little secret hidden compartment. It's kind of cool, very James Bond. I actually didn't notice the hidden compartment for a little while because I'm still getting familiar with Pilot a little bit. It's a little flimsy, but what are you gonna do? It's a case. Most pens don't even come in a nice case. Okay, there you go. So you're getting the raw footage here. This is the first impression. Okay, I'm having a hard time getting back in. Anybody else who's ever owned one of these pens has probably experienced the same kind of thing. Bam, there we go. Okay, no harm done. So anyway, enough about the case. That is not why I bought this pen. I bought the pen for the pen. This thing is very kind of cool looking, a little industrial. I love the blue, and I love how it's kind of translucent. You can see through. I'm kind of a sucker for demonstrators. I really am. The trim is nice. I'm a fan of rhodium trim instead of gold trim. It's a screw. You unscrew the cap. The back doesn't do anything, and it is postable. It's just push on to post. Balance-wise, it's really nice. Personally, I don't like to post my pens very much. I usually leave them unposted because I like to have a lot of weight in the nib. It's pretty good balance, maybe just a little bit towards the nib when it's unposted, but overall pretty well balanced. And the cap is so light that this is one of the few pens that I actually can write with posted, and it's still comfortable for me. It doesn't have a lot of back weight to it like some other pens where the cap is real heavy and it kind of pulls your hand back as you write. This one is pretty nice. Overall, really good size. I've got huge hands. My hands from here to here is like 8 inches, so that gives you an idea. So you're looking at about 7-ish, a little bit less than 7 inches posted like that. Unposted, you're looking probably 5 inches. That's a really rough estimate. But anyway, one of the coolest things about this pen, and one of the reasons I kind of wanted it, it's got a gold nib, which is, I think, I gotta look at it here, 14 karat, I believe. It's 14 karat. And the filling mechanism is so cool. It's a button fill. So basically, I've already got it inked up here with Iroshizuku Konpeki. So the way that you fill it is you stick the nib in the ink bottle, and then you push this button on the back, and it creates a vacuum that sucks the ink up into the thing. And I'll do more of a demonstration on that later. Again, this is just a first impression, but that was something kind of neat to me. It's always cool to have something new. I have so many cartridge converter pens. I have several pistons, but this is the first button fill I've ever had. So really kind of neat. The fit and finish on this thing is pretty nice, I gotta say. You know, it's obviously injection molded. I can see where, you know, there's the seam right here where the two halves of the injection molding met, but it's all been polished out. You can always tell, that's how you can tell if it's injection molded, is if it has a line going through the threads, because they can polish it out on the smooth parts, but in the threads they can't polish out that injection molding, so that's kind of a telltale sign. But overall, still very nice, you know, for a pen like this. And then the best thing about it is just the way that it writes, to be quite honest with you. I'll zoom in a little bit. Now, I already have used this before, so I'm kind of giving some secrets away. If I can get the thing focused. Come on. Come on. There we go. Okay. Now, like I said, I have this thing inked up with the Roshizuku Konpeki, which is just awesome. Now, I've actually been writing with this pen for a little while. I've been writing a lot of the thank you notes and just some personal stuff with it. I have not had this thing skip on me yet, once. Now, I don't know if that's because of the ink or the pen. You know, I tend to get excited sometimes, and whenever I get a new pen, I also want to try it with a new ink, which I know you're not supposed to do if you're really trying to judge the pen for itself. You're supposed to use it with an ink that you're familiar with, on a paper that you're familiar with, so you can just judge the pen. But gosh, I just get so excited. I want to try all this new stuff. So it's really cool. You know, I love the feel of it. The nib has a little bit of spring to it. You know, obviously it's a gold nib. I don't know how well you can see that. It's not like a flex. I mean, you get a little bit of variation with your pressure, you know, just like you do with any gold pen, with any gold nib. So there's a slight bit of variation. I would not call this a flex nib, or even, you know, maybe semi-flex, anything like that. I would just say it's kind of soft. It's got a nice soft feel to it, just like a lot of 14 karat nibs, just like a lot of gold nibs have. But anyway, I'm really a big fan of it. You know, it's really smooth writing, you know, for a medium especially. You know, I'm a big fan. So that's kind of my first impression. You know, I'm going to work on these and try and do a lot more first impression type videos. Hopefully this is something that is useful to you at all. And if not, then shoot me an email and tell me what I can do better, okay? So thanks a lot. I hope you enjoyed my first impression of the Pilot Custom 74. If you have any questions about it or anything else in the writing world, email me at brian@gouletpens.com. Thanks a lot, and write on.